Welcome to the VA Today pod and videocast with your host, Gail Alexander, a podcast about VAs, for VAs, and businesses looking for the right VA to help to start grow their business. Find the right VA today and visit VA Today on YouTube and ava-ni.com to find out more about VAs and what they can do for you, and get in touch with the virtual assistants you need today.
Hi everyone, it's Gail here from the VA Today YouTube channel, and today I am speaking with Amanda Haddick from AHA. And you have to do it with the exclamation mark, virtual solutions, but I actually really like the chaos controller or controlling chaos. I think that's perfect for a VA. And Amanda is an Australian, but based in Salt Lake City at the moment. And she has been working in VA industry and sort of the client admin industry for 15 years now. So she's very experienced VA here. So it's a real pleasure to talk with Amanda today. And hi, Amanda, and welcome.
Hi, Gail. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. So basically, to start off with, it was, well, we've already said, but what is your business and what are your services? What do you offer as a VA?
Okay, so my business is virtual solutions.
Brilliant.
And I offer a range of services ranging from like admin services to social media management to client relation management. So anything from scheduling to email filtering, inbox organization, calendar management, travel plans, event management. I can scheduling, speaker engagements. Like I said before, social media management. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and basically just a wide range of.
And it's quite a wide gambit of tools and skills. I can see that you also have a bit of first aid training there as well.
I do. I was an EMT, so an emergency medical technician for a little while. So, and I've worked in a hospital doing more of the admin side of stuff, but I got that healthcare side.
So yeah, that even offers you the opportunity to work in that specific.
I would love to, to definitely help
as well. So yeah, as you can see, VAs come from all backgrounds and all skills from a long history are so valuable. Everything's useful at some stage. So how did you become a VA and sort of why? What was your main driver to becoming a VA?
You know, this is going to be a common answer I think you'll find with a lot of people. But I mean, kids, I had my kids. America does not really offer a long maternity leave. So, I mean, it's kind of like you don't even get to experience that option of, do you even want to go back, like leave and go back? So I wanted to stay home with my kids. And then the longer I did that, the more I realized I wanted to be a stay-at-home mum. So I wanted to be with them. You probably know about this. Sometimes you're like, should I? Is this what I want?
Yeah, this is quite similar.
But it is. I mean, that is the kids, my family, my husband, my dog. They're my why. So that's why I want to be. And so I also wanted to contribute, right? I wanted to bring in a residual income. I wanted to have my brains not turned to mummy mush anymore.
Yes, that's important.
I wanted to use those brains and use what I used to
You don't want to waste that.
Yeah. And so all of those things together, I thought, okay, I want to work from home, but I wanted to do something on my own agenda as well and give me the flexibility. Yeah. So, I'm taking all these skills I've had from before, set up my own business, and there you have it.
So that's where the name came. I was like, I know. That eureka moment.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. There's always a story behind every name, and yours is slightly better than mine. Mine's just my initials and a VA.
Well, that actually is my initials.
Well, that's true as well. So it's kind of works doubly through. Still, I quite like that, but do. So how long have you actually specifically been running as a VA?
So I have done a lot of this stuff in the past, but my business has only been going for like this past year, and that's it. Yeah. So I just thought, this is the way to get more clients on board and kind of get myself out there, as opposed to just kind of doing it behind the scenes privately,
So yeah, it's now a proper virtual assistant, sort of consultant, freelance type role, rather than just, picking up bits and pieces there. It's
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of the way I started out. Like I've only really been doing it the last year, but had been doing the work for a while beforehand. Whereas now when you put a label to it, it makes it more official. And it's, there's some authority behind it, because VAs do such valuable work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, instead of trying to get a temp in or a full-time employee, a virtual assistant is probably the answer to a lot of businesses, entrepreneurs, startup company.
I definitely think so. There's such a wide range of services. You eliminate that overhead. It's definitely valuable.
Yeah, which is good for us. Yay! So do you? Because you were mentioning kids, and I'm the same. Do you work part-time or full-time as a VA, or the hours that you can fit in?
I do. I work part-time. I definitely work part-time. When they're quite young at the moment. When they get a little older and they're in school and the school hours increase, then I'd probably move to full-time. But I mean, and the thing is too, is it's part-time, but I've definitely had hours before where it's been encroaching past that. And then, and that's the thing though, is like one of the advantages of the whole VA thing is the flexibility. I mean, when I've taken on more hours than I've wanted, I guess, I mean, I still can get up very early in the morning or do stuff late at night, and it's not just everything in the middle of the day. So, you definitely can, you have the flexibility to take on extra hours. If you do want.
Kind of swings and roundabouts. If you have a lot of work on, you can fit it around, and then other times
absolutely,
you can have a bit of chill time and spend it with the kids.
There's so much things that you can do that you can still be spending time with your kids. I mean, those parks are a lifesaver, aren't they?
Is it? Yes, it is. Sorry. I'm so glad school is starting back.
I know. I bet. I still have to get to that point in my life.
Mine starts school tomorrow. He's climbing the wall, so yes, can't wait. I'm sure he can. So in your path to becoming a VA, did you take any specific VA training, or did you just, use the skills that you had and then tailor it towards the sort of VA way of doing things, or was there actually specific VA training?
Okay, so a couple of things. Firstly, yes, I've got skills from past admin type work, so I mean those have come in handy big time. So used all of those. I have done my own training, so I've had clients that have provided training for me, like because they've used a specific software or platform, and so they've kind of given me the basics on how to go through all of that.
Yeah.
Also, when I've had time, I've seen what clients really like to use. Like there's so much software out there right now.
Gosh,
and I mean, and so much similar type of deals. So I pretty much just put aside time to take one piece and just dabble in it, sign up. There's always a free option, and then just learn how to use it. And the last thing though that really got me into this too was, I don't know if you have heard of the Free Momma movement. It's this amazing lady in her name is Lauren Golden, and she lives in Texas now, I believe. Yes. And she's got a pretty big following. I mean, her Facebook page is amazing. And so she does a course. So yes, it costs money and you don't have to do it. She provides, and so does everyone else. Like there is so much info on there to be had. Like if you already had some kind of specifics and basics and knew how to do stuff, you could join that page and you just learn everything. You can ask any question you want. And there are a million VAs out there that just want to answer your question.
Yeah.
And schedule chats with you and give you the answer for free. I mean, there's none, it's not, this is just what you do to help each other out. It's a support system. And so I'm super grateful to her and that whole community of free mamas, as we call ourselves. Because
I'm making notes, and I'm going to look that up straight afterwards, and I'll put it in the show notes.
Really cool, really.
And it's a good point you touch on there, and I have found this, that the VA industry is so supportive and so friendly. It's so friendly. You can go on there, any forum and group, and ask questions. People are more than happy to help, which is one thing that I love about this. It's really, really nice.
Oh, I love it so much. It's just a big support system, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's just having a little community out there.
Do you think it's because it's mostly women?
And I do. I know that you're just saying that in jest, but I do. Like, there's just something about, you know, women that when we support each other up, when we support each other and we just build each other up like that, you know, there's nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah, you know, right. It's all about empowering women. That's another sort of passion of mine.
That's all empowering women. I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then, so you were talking about the training that you got from businesses, and you do what I do as well. You go and look at all, because there are always so many different tools coming along. You go on and you sort of dabble with it and train yourself up in it. Is there any specific tool that you think's amazing, that's a must-have, or is great for a specific purpose? Like, what's your favorite, or do you have a favorite?
I was really into Trello for a little while for task management. Yeah. Really cool. But through that Facebook page I was just telling you about, the Facebook group, I should say, the Free Mamas, I got into one called and.co, and.co. I think it's kind of new, because I was talking about it with someone today and they hadn't heard of it. It is amazing. I love really user-friendly. This just does everything. It tracks your expenses, your like all your hours, and you can label every single thing. So every client can have a different label. You can just time all your hours. You track everything through there. Invoices. It's just an amazing like CRM. It's really, really awesome. So that's the one I'm really into at the moment, because I just was looking for something that was just a little more user friendly. And you know what else, Gail, is something that was, you know, like free, because unless I'm using another customer's, you know, another client's software, if I'm not specifically using something all the time, I don't want to pay for it. And I definitely pay for some that I use all the time, you know, and then it's totally worth it for me. But if I'm dabbling here and there, then I can't see the use in it. But this one is just awesome. I love it. So
you could be out so much money, because there's always, as you say, there's a free version, and then there's a premium version, and there's so many different ones that maybe work for one client but maybe don't work for another. So
and you can totally figure those costs in. I've done that before too, where I've just had to, and then you figure the cost in, and it's fine. But sometimes I'm like, I'm using this and this and this. So this one's been really cool. I love it.
I'll have to look that one up. At the moment, I'm using Toggle for I
love Toggle as well. Toggle's a good one.
Yeah, quite user friendly, and
then and for things like proposals and signing contracts and stuff, I just love DocuSign. I love user friendly. That's the way to go. So
I'm just writing all these down to make sure that I put them all in so that everyone knows about them. What else have I got? Asana. Yes, I started playing with Asana.
Asana's cool. I like Asana, but I really like. I like the one I'm using at the moment a lot. So
just too many tools to play with.
So many, but it's good to know how to use them all too. You know.
Yeah, it is. And so you were talking about there about membership groups, and so you were talking about Free Mamas. Are there any other specific VA groups that you're a part of that have been a real help to you? There's like a good few that I'm a part of, so like the Society of Virtual Assistants, VIPDA, and then sort of ones in Northern Ireland where I'm based. Are there any ones that you're sort of based in? Are they national or international?
So generally international, but I find that the ones I'm a part of are usually more for the US, but I mean they're definitely open to everyone. I haven't got any like VA specific ones, although I have to say the Free Mama Movement one is really, it seems to concentrate more on the VA side of things.
Okay.
There's Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. That is a fantastic group. And then I also have joined a couple of local meetup groups like in my area. So like Utah Leading Ladies. But it's just really cool because, you get to network and meet people and, it's nice. It's just a support
I think especially for our industry, it's really important that way, because otherwise you could be sitting here talking to the walls.
Oh, absolutely. Exactly.
Slightly worrying. But yeah, so as you say, it's a support network. And again, they don't specifically have to be VAs, as you say, just business ones or even women supporting women. I'm part of Lean In, I volunteer with Lean In Belfast. And then there's a couple of local ones, Social BNI, and just even asking questions or even just getting your bugbears out. You know, it's like, have you had a client that does this? What the heck do you do? That kind of thing is really cool, because you need that, because that's what you have in an office. So
it is. And, you know, and you get so many opportunities this way, and everyone wants to lend a hand. And I love that. Again, it's that whole empowering thing and building each other up. It's cool.
Definitely cool. Definitely cool. So like me, you have some little sprogs, as we call them, two little ones. How do you manage your working life? You talked on a little about that you would maybe do a little in the morning, a little at night, or do you have a set schedule? I can really speak.
I do. I get up early. I do some work. I do them when the kids go to bed, and I'm pretty lucky because at the moment they have their naps, and I take advantage of nap time. And then I also do have childcare for them 1 day a week, and I'm thinking about doing it 2 days a week. It's kind of nice. It's like preschool / daycare. It's nice. They love it. So it's kind of, you know, it's a win-win.
Win-win for you, win-win for them.
You know?
Yeah, happy kids, happy mom, happy life, happy wife.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, mine are slightly older and started nursery and primary school, so no naps.
Oh, I know. But then they go to school, so it's, you know, sixes, I suppose. Yeah.
So I'll miss them. I will, but can't get anything done when they're about sometimes.
Seriously.
So talking about that, and you were saying, you do work from home.
Yes.
Have you ever, or do you ever use like sort of a working space, a shared working space, or go to the library or anything like that? Have you ever found yourself needing just to go somewhere?
So I use our downstairs area. I brought this up today for better light. And I don't have the kids around, so it's great. But I do. We use downstairs. My husband and I have converted that into an office it's like a shared space. But I mean, I use it more than he does because he works out of the house. And then, yes, when he is home, he travels a lot, so he's away a lot. But when he is home, or if I can even get a sitter or someone, I sometimes will just take the work out of the house. It's nice to get away, go to Starbucks or something, and you know, just be in a different atmosphere, I guess. You know? I
think that's a good point and a bad point at the same time, because I find myself doing this yesterday. I do take myself out because I have to juggle the pickups, but see, going to all these coffee shops, it ain't good for my waistline.
Oh,
I need to learn self-control.
I know. I will not drink caffeine afternoon. You're right. What else am I going to do there?
But I think it is important to get that change of space, because sometimes I think, like, I've used our local library as well, which is brilliant. And sometimes it would be more productive if I'm having a bit of a down day or a bit of a funk, and that I can't, you know, just think of something. It helps me a bit more creative. So it does work. And even I think it's cool to watch the world go by as well, because you might see something that just might
trigger something or give you a different mindset or something. Definitely, it shakes it up a bit. Yeah.
So just maybe not every day, because my bank balance can't cope with it, and my clothes can't cope with it. So
absolutely, right. I do enjoy the comfiness of working at home. Yeah,
that's true. Although, as I was talking in another interview, I am in my proper clothes. I am not in my PJs, even though it's getting towards bedtime. But I do promise that I am properly dressed.
Right. That's exactly. It's like as soon as the camera comes on, I'm like, all right, it is time to get dressed.
It's like proper work. So, talking about like clients and how you get them, like, how have you gone about attaining clients? I know a lot of people have, and for myself it's been like word of mouth, or have you like networking events, connecting with known contacts you already have, and just sort of asking them, are they looking for something to do this, or just events, newsletters, or even just cold calling or cold emailing, should I say, somebody?
All of that. I started off with warm emails. So I just went through everyone, like everyone in my email list, like everyone like that I know, and just put the word out there, because, you know, I have friends that work in PR and just random. It doesn't even matter, because that's the thing with the VA, being a VA, is that there's just the opportunities are just endless. So I contacted a lot of people and just threw it out there, and then I would get calls back. So that worked out really well. And then I did a lot of cold emailing. I haven't found as much success with that, but I know people who have. And so I'm not giving up on that yet. I think that's a fantastic way to go about it because, you know, you're putting an idea into someone's head that might not even, they don't know you, but like, so I've tried to be contacting like local businesses. So I thought, you know, if someone's local, they might identify with that more, and they might not even know that they need someone. Oh, what? Yeah, that this is why my business isn't growing. Maybe I can delegate. Maybe you can help me advertise. Maybe you can do this or that. So I'm definitely still continuing with the cold emailing. I like that. And then I respond to, you know, social media is just fantastic. So having my own business pages has been really nice. You know, you get a lot of followers, and I've had a couple of people call through going through those channels. So, you know, if you promote something, or so pretty much just keeping my social media continuously flowing has helped a lot. And then just using social media for myself anyway has given me opportunities. So it's just, that's what it's all about, you know. And then just talking to people that every day, like I go to the gym every day, or not every day, but most of the time. And so when I see people, I just like, you know, put the word out there, have a little, you know, naturally interject that in. So it's just, you know.
Okay, no, that's kind of a good thing, because I think I'd still be a bit nervous about doing that. But then I guess when you say, it's not that you're definitely selling, you're just putting, as you say, the idea in their head.
Absolutely.
And it might just sit there for a year and they might come back to you, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I even got an email back saying that, look, this is not what I'm looking for right now. And I mean, that to me is probably a nice way of saying no. But you never know. Like maybe she also was saying, okay, not right now, but maybe in the future.
Or I know somebody who might.
Yeah. And it's just about, you know, and that's the whole thing. I haven't been trying to really sell myself when I do that sort of thing, as opposed to just saying, look, do you know, maybe you need would you need some help? Maybe you need some help, sort of thing. So
I think it's an easy way it's easier for VAs to do that, because you're not saying you need to hire me. It's like, you could hire somebody for a couple of hours. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe I could do that. So it probably is actually a really good way, and a lot easier for us to do that. So a good point for people to try, and myself.
Yeah, LinkedIn is another good one though. I've got a lot from LinkedIn. I just didn't know how valuable that platform was. I'm like, wow.
I don't think anyone did until recent. Well, for myself recently, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I noticed you have like 780 odd followers. Pretty good.
I just kept following and asking, and then I just slowed it down and find that it's reciprocated. Yeah. Pretty amazing. So
I find that with reaching out with the VA community, everyone said that, you know, they're quite open to doing the sort of chatty interview, but even if they're not, they're quite happy to refer people and, I don't know, you know, give advice, which is great. And so LinkedIn has actually been really good. I think it's really started to come into its own, whereas before it was,
I think so too, yeah,
just a CV place, whereas now it's more of a community, but a business community rather than fun like Facebook. But it's getting that way as well, you know, when you're posting relevant articles or even just commenting on relevant articles as well. And I guess that's a way to keep the conversation going too. Yeah. I have to learn to write more blogs, which I do.
But write blogs. I keep thinking it's something. It just seems like, you know, a future.
You need a VA to do that for you.
Yes.
You know, I do blogs for people, not myself. Yeah. I think that's the one problem, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you promote yourself through social media.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just through the setting up a business page is just amazing, you know, like the amount of people you can get that are just interested and follow you and comment. And I think that it really helps. It just helps build up another type of network, really.
Yeah. I think because it's quite a simple thing to do, even if it's just a one page, or at least it's a reference for people to sort of find you. So you know, even to do that, but if you want to go on the other channels, like I'm loving Instagram at the moment. I love Pinterest, but still need to sort of stop messing around and playing with it, and you get back to being.
I know, me too. I handle a client's Pinterest account, and yet mine's just kind of for fun and messing around. But sometimes I'm like, should I do this? I mean, I'm doing hers and I enjoy it. Like, so we'll see. Again, future never.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the business as well. It's not right for everyone, but yeah, you can get lost in Pinterest. It's
so lost. Yeah.
So, over the last sort of year that you've been a VA proper, what challenges have you had or come across, setting yourself up or just continuing on working business-wise, personal-wise?
The challenges just arise in there were the challenges like setting up a website, registering for this. You have to learn how to do all this stuff. This was completely new to me. I didn't know how to do that, right? So, you learn how to do all of that. Then it's getting clients, right? So you got to get your name out there, and you've got to, like we were talking about before, the cold emailing, the warm emailing, just trying to network and get your name out there and get clients. And then it's dealing with when you don't get that, when you don't get what you want, you think that you put in all this hard work and it should just come to you, and it doesn't. That's not how it works. And it's like trying to retain that mindset, So it's like, trying to take a few steps back and say, okay, I'm not getting what I want right now, and I've just got to maintain a positive mindset and know that if I keep working hard and keep working towards a goal, then it's going to pay off in the end. But it's a big challenge to stay positive, I think, like a really big challenge. So that's why all these supportive groups out there, they really if I'm ever feeling that way, just reading comments and, even just commenting myself, that can often help me just get that boost of confidence and just get going again.
So it's like, no, I'm doing this for a reason and I know what I'm talking about. Because it's interesting you say that. I was reading an article just before we came on, and it was from VIPVA and about how the lady, Charlotte Wilbury, that had said she hears quite often, I'm just a VA. It's like, no, you're not just a VA. Right. It's like, get that word out of our vocabulary. It's really hard. Exactly. And it's an accomplishment to set yourself up in business. Not many people do it. You are highly flexible. You work with so many different people and you have so many different skills. So I am a VA. I'm just exactly. And I thought that article or that piece was just brilliant. And I think, as you say, you do need something to pick you up every once in a while, because it is hard work, and networking is, I think, a real key to that.
Definitely is. Yeah.
So when you were saying about challenges and setting yourself up and finding out what you had to do, it's like setting up your business page, your website page, which is easy enough when you have the likes of Wix and Weebly and WordPress can be a bit of a headache.
WordPress is so tough, but and that was one of the things. I went with WordPress because I thought, what, I think, for the future, this is generally what future clients would use. So I just really wanted to be familiar with it, So I decided to go the non-user friendly route. And but I don't know, again, it's just that finding it's another piece of software that you figure out how to use. So
there's so many videos to help as well.
yeah, exactly.
I love YouTube. And if you're not, I guess you can always pay for somebody to set your website, because it's maybe a one-off fee, and if it helps move the business along quicker than what you could do to it, it's an option. So it's not too bad. And then you were talking about registering their business. I guess that's different from country to country.
I think it is, and state to state. I know it is. So so even in the States, it's different how it all works. So I don't know.
How would you have gone about finding that out?
I Google search. Okay. I love Google. Yeah, just how to do it. And there's always the ads that pop up that want you to pay, and I always just like to go and see how to just go ahead and do it myself. And luckily for me, for Utah, it wasn't very hard at all. Everything's so self-explanatory, so it didn't take much time. So, yep.
Yeah, we're not too bad. We've our government, if you go on .gov.uk, there's a lot of information there to help you how to do it. And then the ICO about information and privacy policies. And then again, just asking in the group. And then just registration with insurance and
Absolutely, yeah.
Public insurance and private debt, that it's something, it's maybe you need to be part of a group to ask those people to say, you
Yep.
need this. But there's
Exactly.
things
How
that
did you go about doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not too bad, but it sounds a bit scarier at the start. But
it does, doesn't it? It's so intimidating at the start, isn't it? And then once you just, and then I was like, well, no one's watching me do this. I'm just going to do it, right? There's no one looking over my shoulder and judging me. So let's
just go for it.
Do it.
Yeah. So when you're talking about challenges there, what goals do you have for yourself personally and for your business? Where do you see yourself, say, I don't know, a year's time, 5 years time, even 10 years time?
My biggest goals, I just would like to grow. When I say grow my company, I just mean, I still want it to just be me. Who knows though, maybe in the future it would become like I would have, I would take people on board. It would actually be a business. Yeah. But right now I just would like to keep it going, get some more clients, get a couple of anchor clients. And then as it goes further down the line, I would see myself ending up doing it full time. I love the work right now. I can't see why I wouldn't continue it just on a more full-time basis.
Yeah. So. And I see you, your loves are like health and fitness and traveling. Is there any dreams to go back to Oz?
Oh, yes. Huge plans and dreams, and it's one day in the making, I think.
You never know, because I guess this line of work, it's very movable.
It is, and that's what I love about it. It is. You can work anywhere, so that's great. So that's one thing that wouldn't get in the way. I would love to move back to Oz just because family, So yeah, it's definitely in the future plans.
Yes.
Where
did you end up in Utah anyway?
Oh man, I came out to ski. I was an absolute ski bum. I was doing the ski travel. I'd ski here for the winter. The first year I went home and finished off my degree, and then I came back and did another winter. Then I went and traveled. Winter, travel, ski, travel, ski, travel.
Nice.
And it's suddenly just like, all right, so what a life.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing to do. I've traveled a lot with with holidays and then with work. I've been a geographer and mapper, but yeah, skiing's not one of them. My knees won't. My knees are gone.
Oh, and it's the travel thing. I mean, that's just got to be put on the back burner for now. It's, like you said, I mean, this line of work you could travel with the kids. Yeah.
I've seen a few people that do, they just put it in their camper van and travel. There's a lady that does filming, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. But
I know.
When the kids are older, maybe. Yeah. But it's so cool. So, but it means that those kind of passions are still available to people, and so one day. So another question that I had, and it sort of came about when I was looking on LinkedIn for people and just researching for other VAs. There's so many people that do our kind of work, but they use different titles. So it's like VA, PA, executive assistant, consultant, freelancer. Where do you sit in this sort of conversation? What do you think's best?
So generally, like professionally, I say virtual administrative consultant, because you're going over a range of services, and most of the time, I mean, you are consulting on a lot of it. So, and it's all kind of administrative based. But if I'm just in conversation, I say virtual assistant. That one seems to stand out more to people. People seem to understand what that means.
Okay.
So I will use that. Freelancer, I mean, entrepreneur. I've used all of them, but I mean to describe I've used all of them because I just, especially in my hashtags.
Hashtags.
Good old hashtags. But yeah, I mean, I guess just casually, I would say that I'm a virtual assistant. Yeah.
Okay, because that's quite interesting. I know even when I mentioned it to my own family, it's like, what is a VA? What do you actually do?
Yeah.
But you say that most people actually know that, because then sometimes I think there is a sort of slight difference with what people think a VA is and maybe a consultant. But then I guess it depends what services you offer.
Absolutely, yeah. And some of them you are consulting in a way, and starting your own business and working flexibly does make you a freelancer. It does make you an entrepreneur, but that's such a broad term. So, yeah. I
guess horses for courses, and depending what your work is. So use them all.
Yeah.
So what advice, if any, would you give to, say, like a newbie want to start out, or even do you have any advice for the more experienced VAs, or just any advice in general?
I think, just if you really, really want to do it, then I think you should just, it just takes courage and it just takes guts. And I think one of the biggest things is not worrying about what other people say or think. That's one of the biggest things, because that just really can get in the way, of your whole mindset and everything. So just, I don't even know how you put that aside, but just know that if this is what you want to do, then you are on the right path. So
I think that's just a general life piece of advice, but it's harder to do.
Yeah, exactly. But it is, there's people out there that are, pretty negative, and they can judge you for it, for wanting to get out and do this whole new venture. And who knows why? They've probably got their own reasons for being that way, but somehow you just got to look past that and
rise above it.
Trucking along. What is my husband, when I do get a little bit like that, my husband always says to me, what anyone else thinks of me is none of my business. And I'm like, that's a pretty good point.
That is a pretty good point. I do find that as a male kind of perspective, because maybe this is a sweeping generalization, or it's just a comment to me. I know I'm really nosy and I want to know.
Yeah.
Which is probably not a good way to be, but sure.
Yeah.
So I guess that's really all that I think we've kind of covered, what a VA does or can do, or a piece of advice. Is there anything else, like in closing, that you would want to say about the virtual assistant industry, or just setting up your own business in general, or just advice for anyone thinking of starting out that really
I would say that if you're starting out, this is something that you think you would really like to do, I really suggest one of the first networking type things you do is just get out there, get on, and like join some groups, join some freelancing or virtual assistant groups on Facebook. Like look in your local area for meetup groups, because it's always nice to pick people's brains and get an idea of where you want to go. You've got to find exactly like how you want to help people, what it is, what services you want to offer, and then go from there. But it's nice if you have not just the support, but people who have the knowledge that are willing to help. So I think that's a pretty good way to go.
Yeah, and I think, as you say, it's like go out there and find what you want to do to help people, and then you can start niching down. I don't know if that's true, but niching down into an area that you really love, and kind of that's what I'm doing with the video. I'm starting to really, really enjoy doing this. So that's a really great piece of advice. Well, I think that's really all that we've wanted to talk about. And so I really thank you very much for joining me and taking the plunge and doing a mad video with myself and for the VA today. And I wish you all the best with your ventures and your hopefully move to Australia someday. And we will see you again sometime.
I hope so.
Thank you so much, Amanda, and I will talk to you soon.
Pleasure was mine. Thanks, Gail.
Okay, thanks very much.